Sup, y'all? Gosh, that's a weird way to start a video. I don't know about that. And my editor's gonna have to cut this out. This is me. I am David Guthrie of David Guthrie Music, and yes, it's pronounced Guthrie, in case anyone was ever wondering. I don't think I've ever said that. This is my first time ever doing an on-camera video, so it's gonna be a little awkward, I'm pretty sure, and it's probably gonna have a lot of mess ups, but you know what? It's absolutely 100% completely entirely my editor's fault. I didn't do anything wrong. I don't mess up, ever. In fact, I am the most entertaining human on the face of the planet. I just want you all to know that. 100%. Thank you so much for everybody for getting me to 1,000 subscribers. That's amazing. That's a ton of people watching this channel, honestly. Like, you put 1,000 people in a room, that's a lot of people in a room. And huge thank you to everybody who's out there who's hit that subscribe button. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, do that. Thank you so much. And without further ado, let's get right into the questions. I've actually got a lot of questions, so let's go. All right, The Brown Gaming. He asked, what inspired you to create music and share it on YouTube? Well, all right, that's a great question. Back in 2012, then I was getting a little bit more into guitar, and then I found this channel called 331 E-Rock, who goes by Eric Calderon now as his real name. Super fantastic metal guitarist, and he did this video called The Hobbit Meets Metal, and I was like, that sounds cool. It was in recommendations. I was like, I don't know what metal is, but it has a guitar in it, and I like The Hobbit, so let's do that. And I was blown away by it. I was like, this is amazing. I'd never seen anybody shred the guitar like that, you know, doing all the tapping stuff and all that crazy guitar wildness. And like, I watched every other video on his channel, you know, like I became obsessed. And then I started like, okay, so metal cover means good music is what I determined essentially on YouTube. And I started like, you know, reading Wikipedia articles about like, what is this stuff and all that, and you know, me and my music nerd brain. And then I got into the video game music scene because I was really into video game music, and like I found Family Jewels, who did metal covers of video game music, and like CS Guitar 89 and some of those other VGM scene people. And then I got into the Sonic the Hedgehog series I was really into at the time, and the music from that especially. And so I was finding people who would cover like, you know, random obscure Sonic the Hedgehog songs and Crush 40 and stuff like that. And so I found Joshua Typley, who's a good friend of mine. And, you know, we became friends like 2014, 15. I was like, man, I want to start uploading my own videos. But I was kind of scared, you know, kind of nervous to start uploading. And also just like, it's, you know, cost money to buy, you know, new gear and recording. And, you know, I didn't know how to do any audio engineering stuff. I was like, I don't know what I was doing. But my sister kind of got me off my butt and was just like, yo, you should like just do it. If you want to do it, like you have the money to buy a, you know, audio interface, just like do it and start uploading. And what can go wrong? Like really, if you hate it, you tried it, you know? And she's right. So I started uploading in 2016, and I never stopped because it gives me tons of joy. I just love doing it. It's my favorite thing. And yeah, I'm probably never going to stop, assuming that YouTube doesn't ever shut down. All right, next up, Yano Poix asks 2 questions. So actually he has 3, but I'm going to put the other one later in some other point of the video. All right, what do you hope to get out of your channel, and or what are your long-term goals that you're hoping to achieve through your music? Well, that's a really great question as well. So what do I hope to get out of my channel? Well, to be perfectly honest, first thing I hope to get out of my channel is I want to get like, you know, a full-time job. Currently, this is the only thing I'm doing, but I certainly don't make much off of it. So I would like to have, you know, a decent amount of income coming in from doing, you know, music videos and such. Now, I don't actually make any money on YouTube. I'm not monetized. I can't be legally because most of my videos are covers. But the you know, streaming services on Spotify and all that stuff, I've been getting some money from that, as well as commissions. I do a lot of commissions for people and, you know, instrumentals and that kind of thing. But obviously, I'd love to be able to have more, you know, streaming income come in. So that's a long-term goal, certainly. I'd love to do more collabs with more amazing people. I love making music with people. Something I've been focusing on doing in the last year is doing nothing but collabs, and I love doing that. It's super fun. I'd love to do like huge charity projects or, you know, that kind of thing. Just like organize big stuff. And really, I think just like the #1 overarching goal of everything I do with this channel and with any of the music I make is I just want to bring joy to people's lives. This world needs a lot more joy in it because there's a lot of trash that happens in the world, and I want to help people kind of get through that, you know? Have you ever been burnt out, felt like giving up on music? And if so, how did you pick yourself back up? Yes, a little bit. So in 2019, I graduated college and I had no clue what I wanted to do with my life. Well, I mean, I knew I wanted to do this, but like I couldn't, you know, I was like, I need money now. I had nothing in my bank account like at all. And, you know, freaking $20 straight up. I didn't know what I was wanting, and I was like, should I really be doing music? Maybe I should try to get like, you know, a studio job or try to do something that's more, you know, career focused, because I'm just like, this is so like, you know, freelancing, you never know what's going to be next, and I'm not getting any work. And I was very like worried and depressed and just kind of not good, very, very anxious, you know, in that time. I didn't like give up on music, but I definitely made way less during that time. I think I only made like 1 cover in like 2 months or whatever. I only did like a little bit of work. I really just played Final Fantasy 14 for like 6 hours a day. I couldn't do anything. And how did I pick myself back up? So, well, one, I ended up getting a job. And even though if I didn't like the job, it was something and it kept me, I had to focus on that at the time. I was really like started focusing on like, you know, what my friends were doing, and like my friends were supporting me. They were like, hey, you should still make music. And like people that, you know, actually listen to my stuff do care about what I'm making. And if you stop, then you're never going to get the success that you want, you know? And so I started like really putting in all the time I had outside of my job into doing the music. And also just like being able to create music is such a special thing. Like I was working on an original song, that was when I was writing Wayfinder. And that was such a huge help, just to be able to be like, this is my song, this is my vision, my passion. If you can release Wayfinder and people like it, then it means that people really like your music. It's not just your covers that they love, they really like you. And that was something that really meant a lot to me. Marvin Valentine on Twitter asks, how has anime influenced my style of playing? Well, it has quite a bit, certainly. I got really into anime guitar in 2014 when I found K-On!, which is when I started watching anime. That was my first anime. And I started learning all those songs. And so I started getting interested in, not full jazz, but jazz-y extensions on chords and that style of J-pop playing. And I was like, wow, this is really cool. It kind of opened up a whole new horizon for me. I'd never really gotten into any of that kind of stuff. I started getting into music theory as well from Joshua Typelate's Ongaku Concept that came out around that same time in 2014. And so I started getting interested in a little bit more of that side of things. And then also, like, you know, if you listen to, like, for instance, something like Wayfinder, my original song, it sounds kind of like an anime opening. It wasn't even intentionally trying to sound like an anime opening, but it kind of does. I have another original song coming on the way. Yeah, look out for that. It'll be coming out in hopefully a few months, and that'll also sound very much like an anime opening kind of thing. But yeah, so it's made me interested in more jazzy extensions, and it got that anime OP hype sound and all that. All right, next up, Spiral on Twitter asks, what's your favorite anime OP or ED? All right, so my favorite anime OP is Unravel by TK from Link Toshide Shigure, because it's the freaking sickest, and I know that's a common answer, but look, it's the best song ever. That's from Tokyo Ghoul. I've never seen Tokyo Ghoul, but the opening slaps. And then my favorite ED is All Alone With You by Egoist from Psycho-Pass, which I've also never seen. I want to watch Psycho-Pass, though. That show looks dope. But All Alone With You is incredible. It's a mind-blowing song, and it has my favorite guitar solo of all time in it. It blows my mind every time I listen to that guitar solo. It's insane. Honorable mention goes to Let It Out by Miho Fukuhara from Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. That's the second ending, and it slaps. I covered it back in 2018. Please watch that cover. It's one of my favorite covers I've ever done. Total banger. Andrew on Twitter. Now, he asked 12 questions, which is a lot of questions, so I'm going to not answer all of them in this one video, but if you want to watch me answer every single question that Andrew asked, then you can watch the Andrew cut in the description. All right, my least favorite opening and ending theme. Now, that's a spicy question. So probably for the opening theme, I don't know. I really didn't like Kiss Me from Carol and Tuesday. I thought it was incredibly boring. It was super lame. It made me kind of annoyed every time it put on, and yeah, not a fan. I also hate Ready 2 from B&A. I know everyone else loves that song. I think it's super obnoxious. I don't want to hear, hey, are you ready to go? Shut up. Edie would be Torch from Clown Out After Story, because it's the most ill-fitting ending theme for that show of all time. Every single time it comes on at the end of an episode, you're like, you're busy crying your eyes out, and then it's just like, yay, happy time, and it's like, shut the frick up. I don't care. So hate that Edie. It's really bad. And also Fukushiki no Cart from Bunny Girl Senpai. Really annoying. It's kind of an obnoxious song. Don't like listening to it. All right, Yano Poix asks, again, what anime or video game soundtracks inspire you the most and why? So my favorite soundtracks that inspire me the most, I think that's like musically styling or just like make me kind of go, how was this real all the time, is Nier Automata. Oh my word, it is insane. Just absolutely incredible work on every single piece of music in Nier Automata. And also, let's see, that's composed by Keiichi Okabe, and I don't remember the other composer right now, but I'll put it on the screen. And then Xenoblade Chronicles X, also, which is Hiroyuki Sawano. That soundtrack is mind-blowing. It's insane. It was the first Sawano soundtrack that I ever listened to, and it made me want to buy the game, which I did. The game slaps. It's awesome. The music from it is just incredible. Highly recommend Xenoblade X soundtrack. In terms of anime music, Made in Abyss, for sure. Kevin Pinkin's music is always stunning. I'm a huge fan of Kevin Pinkin, and the Made in Abyss soundtrack captured every bit of my imagination and made me feel like I was living inside of this world that the show creates. Made in Abyss has some of the sickest world building I've ever seen in any anime, and the music is almost as much a part of the world as the actual visual art and storytelling and characters are. So Kevin's truly created something that is a masterpiece, and it's one of the only anime soundtracks where I can just listen to the entire thing outside of the anime anime and feel like I am watching the show again and just like enjoy it fully without the actual visuals and the stuff. So if you haven't heard the Made in Abyss soundtrack, oh my word, please go watch it or listen to it. It's incredible. My favorite track is Tomorrow. All right, Tuna Priest on YouTube asks, what games music are you looking to cover next? Well, I would love to do more Sonic the Hedgehog stuff, as I was talking about earlier. That was a really huge, influential part of my teenage years. Love Sonic the Hedgehog, and I might just have a Sonic the Hedgehog cover coming out in probably a month or something like that, depending on when you're watching this video. Obviously, it might already be out. But yeah, so check that out. And yeah, definitely want to do more Sonic the Hedgehog music. For sure. Lunar Girl 2Z asks on YouTube, do you have a favorite cover or covers you've done so far? And if so, what is or are they? Yes, I do. Ichiban no Takaramano is my favorite cover I've ever done. It's also apparently you guys' favorite cover I've ever done. For a lot of you, at least. It's my by far #1 hit song on Spotify and everywhere else. So thank you to absolutely everyone who has listened to Ichiban no Takaramano. That song is incredible to me. I love that song, period. It's one of my favorite songs of all time. Lisa is a queen. I stan her so hard. I really feel like I was able to capture a lot of the beauty and the just like the emotion of that song. And Shiasana, the singer I have on that, is stunning. Just an incredible vocal performance on that track. It's mind-blowing every time I listen to it. I'm like, holy crap, how did Shiasana do that? Like, she sounds like Lisa. It's wild. And I'm also just really proud of my arrangement on that song. And I think the mix is still really, really good, even if it's not perfect. So that's my favorite cover. And Lucy asks, my proudest work so far. I did a collab with Lucy and a bunch of other people, a ton of people last year with Carol and Tuesday's Mother, which is like the final song from that series. And it's like a ton of people, like 21 singers or something like that. And like a bunch of my friends are in there and a bunch of people that I just met from that cover. And like, it's incredible. Every time I listen to it, I'm like, this is insane. I like cry. It's wild. If you haven't seen our Mother collab, please go watch it. It will blow your mind. And also Joshua Typley's solo in that cover is the best solo he's ever written and probably one of the best solos of all time. So yeah, please listen to it. My solo's kind of dope too, but Joshua's is kind of better, honestly. He upstaged me. All right, Lunar Girl 2Z and Lucy together, they both asked the same question. Is there someone you would like to collab with one day or dream collabs that you have? Yes, absolutely. I would basically die to collab with Amanda Lee. I've been watching her since 2014. She's one of the main reasons I'm so into anime openings and endings. I found her from a friend of mine before I even got into anime. When I did get into anime that same year, then holy crap, I watched Amanda Lee for like hours and hours and hours. So yeah, I would die if I did a song with Amelie. Huge fan. So, all right, Spiral. What's your favorite part of producing a cover? Mixing usually is my favorite part of producing a cover, with the exception of if it's a really complicated vocal mix, because I hate vocal editing, but you have to do it. But if it's like an instrumental type thing, I love mixing. It's really fun. And also I like arranging when you get to like just put your own spin on a song and you get to like write something that's just like really epic, and you write that riff or you write that solo or you write that like, little part, and you're just like, oh, this is gonna be sick. Yeah, huge fan of doing that. Andrew asks, what is your favorite instrument that you do not play? And the answer is drums and piano. I thought about playing drums instead of guitar, but I decided on guitar so I could play songs, since drums are not pitched. But I love programming drums, and I also love the piano. The piano is just a beautiful instrument. Tons of stuff you can do with it. Favorite genre you do not play or play much? That'd be American pop music. I think I don't know if everybody knows, but I'm like a huge fan of Taylor Swift. I love Carly Rae Jepsen. I love Kelly Clarkson. I love Ariana Grande, Lady Gaga, people like that. Just like American pop songs. I love pop music. Production on that stuff is wildly like amazing. The people they hire to do that are just the top of their game, and I strive to be a pop producer someday, like on that level. Best girls from anime. So all right, best girls from anime are Yui Hirasawa. That's the Bigo. That's the best girl of all time. Then Mai Sakurajima, who is also my waifu. Like, we stan from Bunny Girl Senpai. Literally 10 out of 10. Riza Hawkeye, also my waifu from Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. Literally slay me, girl. Slay me. And also Mako Makoshoku from Kill la Kill. That girl is 10 out of 10 cheerleader, the greatest hype woman you'll ever have in your life. She is the most loyal person in the entire universe. She stands Ryuko more than any mortal ought to stan Ryuko. 10 out of 10 woman right there. All right, Spiral asks, what was the best meal you've ever had? It was fish and chips in Anstruther, which is in Scotland. I went to visit Scotland way back when I was like 12 or something. It was like in 2010. And but those fish and chips fresh from the ocean right there were just stunning. Never had anything better than those. Incredible. Dave asked if you could visit one non-cooking anime for just the food. Where would you go? Your Name? Have you seen the pancakes? Also the ramen that he eats up in the mountains. I mean, just like the food in Your Name is legendary. Also Yuru Camp. Like, they make everything look incredible. I've never wanted more instant ramen than watching Yuru Camp. Tuna Priest asks, opinion on bubble tea. I've never had bubble tea. I don't like tea. I also don't think I'd like the bubbles. So I'm not really motivated to try it. Okay, that is every question that you guys asked. That was a lot of questions. This has definitely been a long recording session. There's going to be so much stuff that my editor is going to have to cut out. Like, yeah, wow. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching this entire video. If you did watch the entire video and didn't just skip to the end, I don't know. Honestly, thank you for clicking on the video, even if you did just skip to the end. And make sure to smash the like button. Heck yes, I've always wanted to say that. And subscribe to my channel and look out for amazing new videos on the way. There's going to be stuff coming out soon. Comment on this video if you enjoyed it and like hit the notification bell so you know when I upload new videos. Stream my music on Spotify, iTunes, Amazon, all that stuff. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Instagram. My links are in the description. Thank you all hugely for watching my channel. Your support means a ton. And I'm going to keep doing this for as long as I possibly can. So I can't wait to see what the future holds. Have a beautiful day.